Hey YouTubers, it's Tony with Mayberry Mini Trucks. Today is Thursday, August 31st, 2023, and this is a video for Gail in South Carolina. And Gail is a long distance customer, and as many of you may know, and some of you may not know, we sell about probably, I say somewhere between 70 and 80% of our mini trucks long distance. And when we have a long distance sale, the customer, that means they haven't actually seen the vehicle until we arrive with the vehicle. Well, that presents a few challenges that we can and do successfully overcome. And the main ingredient in our successful navigation of that set of circumstances is communication, effective communication. And we've done just I'm going to say almost still 6,000 mini trucks over the last 13 years, and we've never had anybody say when we show up with a truck, "Oh, that's not what I had in mind. I'm not satisfied." That's never happened. Well, that is a perfect track record, and we achieve that through very careful and thorough communication. So this is part of that communication where we've spoken with Gail and asked her several questions, and she's told us things that are on her mind and her list of applications that she'd like to use the truck for. And we throughout that conversation kind of get a picture of what we feel might be a good fit for her. And then we sent her, I think, 3 trucks, and she looked through those 3 trucks that we kind of distilled down to, and then selected this one. And so this is kind of the final stage of that communication, where we do a personalized video and show everything, and then she watches that video and says, "Yep, yep, that is kind of what I had in mind." So, with all that said, let's go ahead and let's get started. This is a 1997 four-wheel drive, 4-speed with high and low transfer case Suzuki, with 24,659 miles. And the stock number is S9997. And again, this is for Gail in South Carolina. All right, first thing we're going to do is take a look at the front of the vehicle. Tiny, tiny little pebble marks. Beautiful, beautiful front. This is a nick that got touched up in Japan. Somebody in Japan touched it up. Just got some dirt up there. Now, let's look across the front of the truck. Just some tiny chips where the paint got chipped. And there are no dings on the front. Yeah, very, very straight front. Now, we're going to take a look at the door. And we have a slight ding right there. And a dent right there and there. And a small crease right there. The tires have good tread. This is a shot under the front driver's wheel well. And this is a shot of the bed side panel. It actually looks nice and straight. So you see tape marks here, and this had a rail cap on it on all 3 sides, And at some point, the previous owner taped the cap. You can see the tape marks over there too. They tried to tape it down and then finally said, well, forget it. We're just going to go with regular sides, no caps. And the frame, the frame of the truck is very good. This is called seam rust, and that's very common. It's no structural concern whatsoever. So the frame looks good. And there is the underside of the bed. So that's a good report right there. And this tire's good. It's not great. It's not fantastic, but it's good. Not not needing to be replaced. Um, the bed right here is in very good condition. So what you see there is surface rust, where somebody scratched the paint and then it flash rusted. That's just surface rust or flash rust, where the paint was scratched off. And so there is no rust through at all. The bed is just got surface rust. That's what that is. And I don't know if you can see, but that's minimal rust only on the surface. Now you have drip marks here, and these drip marks are kind of a epoxy or something that I think they tried gluing this on and it dripped. And so that's, I believe, adhesive from when they tried to glue that rail cap on. And that's my guess. And let's go ahead and look at the. So, as a matter of fact, the dents, there are no dings on that tailgate, which is remarkable because it's got epoxy on it and it looks a little rough, but it doesn't have a ding on the bedside. Um, this is a little bent up right here. This is your pin. And what happened is this didn't get articulated and then it rusted in place. And then they went to move it and they bent the hinge. So a little oil is important from time to time of your hinges on both your tailgate and your bedside. It still does operate, but if you wanted to, you could straighten that back up or not. I think you'll be fine if you just leave it like it is. And okay, now this bedside, we're gonna look for dents. We have one ding from the inside out right there. That's it on that bedside. Underneath, it looks very nice. Again, a good tire. Frame looks nice. Battery box looks nice. And the underside of the bed. Now let's look at the rear of the cab also looks good. Sorry about the wind. I know it's pretty strong. Okay, so now the passenger door. Guys, it is absolutely flawless. Flawless. Not a single ding on the entire door. Again, that epoxy. So now I am convinced because they tried to This probably was a little loose. It doesn't seem that loose. That's how you tighten it, that screw. But I think they tried to epoxy that to make it more stable, and it dripped. So now let's go ahead. I'm going to shut that window so it doesn't make a bunch of noise on the test drive. And I'm going to show you the door. The door panel looks good. However, that plastic right there, you could, if you wanted to, tuck it back behind this panel. That panel just pops off. And then if you wanted to, you could unscrew that and then tuck it back in there and then refasten it. So coming down this door, looks very nice, no rust. And here is the underside of the wheel well. Again, a good tire. And the floor pans. Floor pans look very nice. Got a little toolkit in there. The seat on the passenger side looks fantastic. All right, so let's go to the driver's side. Looking at the door coming down, it looks really, really good. You got a tiny little pick right there on the door panel. Underneath the door, looks very, very good. Very, very good. And there is the floor pan and the seat. The seat, again, is remarkable. And that's your kilometers, 39,691, which is how we get 24,659. Okay, well, let's roll this window up and take it for a drive. We are in two-wheel drive, and that's important because we're about to go on the asphalt. All right, so we're going to go down this hill all the way to the bottom, get it up to 50 miles per hour, and then turn around. Oh, look at the deer. I don't know if you can see them or not. Three beautiful deer. And then we're going to come back up the hill. All right. So I can't get up to full speed just yet. I've got to go around that sharp turn up ahead, and then I'll go ahead and get it up to speed. But we're already going 70. That's like 43, 44 miles per hour. All right, here we go. So that's 50, 55 miles per hour. Feels very good. No shaking, no vibration, no funny noises. All right, so now I'm going to put it into second gear and slow down and turn it around. All right, back up the hill we go. Mayberry Mini Trucks actually got the law passed in North Carolina and signed by the governor to make mini trucks street legal. Deanna Ballard and Sarah Stevens, our state Senate and House representatives, were they were axiomatic. Without them, we couldn't have done it. And of course, without the governor's signature, we couldn't have done it. We're headed back up this hill. And we're already going 70 kilometers in fourth gear up a steep hill. And I was going to mention, you'll get that title and there's no extra charge. the truck's been serviced with full synthetic oil, new air filter, new oil filter. There's no extra charge. We don't charge anything extra for the things that are done. So we're now going 27 kilometers per hour. That is crazy. And going up a very steep hill. I know cameras don't do it justice when you're on a steep hill, just like waves on the ocean look tiny when they're actually huge. Same phenomena here. But we are increasing handily in speed up this steep hill in fourth gear. That is an exceedingly good test drive. That's what we like to see. And look at that truck with too many trucks on the trailer. All right. Well, guys, I'm very pleased with this test drive. It's a pretty mini truck. It has low miles, four-wheel drive, 4-speed with a 2-speed transfer case. 2-speed transfer case, I didn't really talk about that. That means that you've got 1 through 4 low range and 1 through 4 high range. 1 through 4 low range is nice when you're on a farm in particular, because now you put it in granny range, low range, and then you have 1 through 4 and reverse. A 5-speed has an extra low first gear, but the 2-speed transfer case, as is the case here, has 2 advantages over the 5-speed with a extra low first gear. And those advantages are you have a lower first gear in low range than you do extra low on a 5-speed, and you have low range reverse, which you do not have on a 5-speed with extra low first gear. So those are the 2 advantages of a 2-speed transfer case over a 5-speed. And the truck is very clean, but most of all, it has very, very good power as it handily sped up that steep hill, starting at 27 kilometers per hour in 4th gear. So I appreciate you watching our video, and if you find any value in the content of this video, would you please subscribe to our channel and hit notification, and then you'll be notified when we post a video. Thank you for watching our video.